is Jordan Love's primary weapon. That plays a role as well. So you got to look at that. Wyatt's went out, Micah Parsons out, Kraft is out. You've lost somebody. Now, I will say this. You do look at Matt LaFleur. Okay, you do look at Matt LaFleur. And here you are, you calling plays. Jordan Love's been there. He's not a rookie. We know what his physical skill sets contain. The brother can ball, right? You do get to a point where you look at them and you say, fellas, what's up? I mean, when are you going to get? Detroit isn't what we thought they were going to be. San Francisco is obviously vulnerable. We see L.A. and Seattle coming up, but Philadelphia ain't what they were last year. So you do find yourself looking at Green Bay and saying, look, there's an opening here. There are opportunities for you. Even with the injuries, you should be able to take advantage of it. So you're going to have some people looking at Matt LaFleur along with Jordan Love in that regard. But in the end, they are going to have that as somewhat of an excuse.
Are you going or?
Go ahead,
you
man.
go.
Go ahead,
you
man.
look angry.
Do you hold Detroit not getting there against them last year?
No.
Why?
Because it was like 13 dudes on Iowa.
Have you seen who's been out for Green Bay this year?
I just listed half of them, bro.
So
why are you acting like
So
that?
how would that not matter for
I didn't
Green
say
Bay?
I didn't say it would matter. I said some people may come at them for that reason.
Would you?
But, you know what? It depends on how they look. It depends on, seriously.
Okay.
This mother's joker, man.
Seriously. Again, we just finished talking about Alabama and Georgia. It's how you look. Now, you lose. But if you get stomped,
Detroit got stomped
animal.
last year.
So he made a good point, though, that I want to support you on, which is there's a possibility in which Matt LaFleur is somebody we are criticizing, and this is why. The injuries are huge. Even Elton Jenkins is another one I'll throw. They have been ravaged by them. The Micah Parsons injury would be the number one reason. He mentioned why they wouldn't be in the Super Bowl. Because of those injuries, the offense, the Green Bay
has to be a little bit more
aggressive.
Sure.
And I believe in this offense. This is a top 5 unit. Jordan Love is balling. Christian Watson, if he's healthy, they can still beat anyone.
Yes.
Unless Matt LaFleur goes super conservative.
Sure.
That's when I would blame him. If he is conservative with this offense, because he can't be conservative anymore, they're going to have to put up points, and they're capable of it.
And I don't think they've been conservative recently.
No.
That's kind of been one of the things that has transitioned for this team.
Why I still believe in them.
Maybe in the first month, we were like, what are we doing? Why are we throwing
without Watson
dink and dunks? Now, since Watson's come back, they've been overly or very aggressive. I would say this, like, I absolutely believe if they don't get to the Super Bowl, we can see.
Which Matt LaFleur is somebody we are criticizing, and this is why. The injuries are huge. Even Elton Jenkins is another one I'll throw. They have been ravaged by them. The Micah Parsons injury would be the number one reason. He mentioned why they wouldn't be in the Super Bowl. Because of those injuries, the offense, the Green Bay
has to be a little bit more
aggressive.
Sure.
And I believe in this offense. This is a top 5 unit. Jordan Love is balling. Christian Watson, if he's healthy, they can still beat anyone.
Yes.
Unless Matt LaFleur goes super conservative.
Sure.
That's when I would blame him. If he is conservative with this offense, because he can't be conservative anymore, they're going to have to put up points, and they're capable of it.
And I don't think they've been conservative recently.
No.
That's kind of been one of the things that has transitioned for this team.
Why I still believe in them.
Maybe in the first month, we were like, what are we doing? Why are we throwing
without Watson
dink and dunks? Now, since Watson's come back, they've been overly or very aggressive. I would say this, like, I absolutely believe if they don't get to the Super Bowl, we can sit there and say, man, all of the injuries, part of it, certainly Micah, because if you look at some of the most recent Super Bowl winners, I think one of the common denominators are ridiculous quarterback, ridiculous defensive lineman. If you go to like Philly last year, ridiculous quarterback, ridiculous defensive line. Kansas City, ridiculous quarterback, Chris Jones. LA, ridiculous quarterback, Aaron Donald. They've got a ridiculous quarterback. They're going to be missing that ridiculous defensive lineman.
Especially when Rashawn Gary hasn't stepped up in the last 2 months.
There are no excuses.
Okay.
Like, there just aren't. Like, you understand what they are playing without, and that's football. Set your team up in a way where you do have that quarterback. You figure it out. I believe in Jeff Hafley. I believe in Matt LaFleur. I believe that this team can still compete. And if you do continue to allow Jordan Love to be aggressive, you have opportunities to win. Now, I don't think I sit back, though, without them having excuses and go, okay, this is so-and-so's fault or this person is to blame. Outside of Matt LaFleur, if he takes his football home and says, I don't want to do anything with it. This is still a team to me that can compete. And I felt like Shay made a good point, right? Like, after Micah Parsons goes out, there's obviously going to be this time that you have to figure out how to replace him within that game. You've had a week now What are you going to do to get pressure on the quarterback? How are you going to free up one-on-ones if you're Jeff Hafley? This team can still be really, really good.
Yeah.
And then I think what happens is if they don't win, we say, okay, wait until Tucker Kraft is healthy, Michael Parsons is back. I believe that becomes the conversation more than us saying to ourselves, well, they didn't win because of.
Yeah.
I'm open to being corrected about this, but no three people to ask this question better than you guys. Ed Policy is running the Packers. We were talking at the beginning of the season, he didn't extend Matt LaFleur and Gutekunst. He's got question marks about them. So this conversation is real because if they show up in the postseason and they don't perform, you understand? I mean, it is not beyond the realms of comprehension that Matt LaFleur is coaching for his job over the next month.
That is, with all due respect, an outrageous.
No, that's not me. No.
I understand the premise of your saying there's no contract.
No. But he said, he's on the record.
I understand
literally
that.
saying, I'm taking a wait-and-see approach. We talked about this at the beginning.
I understand you're not saying it.
I'm not saying it at all. I'm saying
it's a tea leaf. You're reading the tea leaf.
I'm saying what I'm saying to you. If you're going to make that statement, then you're looking into the camera and you're saying to the man running the Packers, it's outrageous that he's looking at them and judging them on a case-by-case basis that they could be coaching over the next month for their job. That's what you're saying about Ed Policy.
I'm saying that. That is outrageous. Matt LaFleur is one of the best coaches in football. If the Packers moved on from him, he would be out of a job for 5 seconds. And Brian Gutekunst has put together a top 7 roster in the NFL.
Couldn't he just be coaching for dollars? Like, couldn't this just be like bullet points in a contract, not necessarily a new job? I'm just saying. Like, wait and see approach.
We're talking about people that have been around the NFL for quite some time, and where I push back on people like Dan in this is only in this regard. In all seriousness, results matter. Sure. And when you have a talented roster, there does come a moment in time where you're looking at somebody and say, well, what you going to do with it?
Sure.
What you going to do with it? Because we know a few people out there that might do something more with it than you're doing, even though we know you can coach. Even though we know you know what you're doing, but the results don't show that, and it's a results-oriented.
The next coach would get like a John Gruden to Tampa Bay opportunity.
There you go.
Because the roster is
The roster is
there you go.
so good.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we've seen that example in NFL history where people have come along and you had a coach in there that could coach their butt up, but they didn't get it done, and somebody came in and reaped the benefits of somebody else's labor. We've seen that happen.
Yeah. Okay, be a good one Saturday night in Chicago. Coming up here on First Take, Lamar Jackson will host the Patriots while Aaron Rodgers will visit with the Lions. Which quarterback do we have more faith in to win this coming weekend? Plus, Alabama and Miami hoping for college football playoff success. Which team is more likely to go on a run? More First Take after this.
You're watching First Take, presented by Freestyle Libre.